and my gun was completely melted. There's the escalator down there and they can see everything. Just because I was basically hot gluing things to my skin. Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into my channel. I have been cosplaying now for almost 5 years, and let's just say I've gathered a couple horror stories from my time. Wait, what? I'm gonna have to edit that out, am I? Cool. Okay, so this is a classic one that I tell at panels that I host or like I'm a part of if I have like a funny story or anecdote from conventions. Okay, so it was I think 2 years ago and I went to a con and I was going solo because I was waiting for my friend Leon to get there and I wanted to go see the cosplay contest. So this convention, they have it at like a 3-story convention center and the escalator runs up honestly all of the floors and you can see people on each floor on the escalators. And there's like glass walls separating each floor, but anyways, at the top floor you can look down and see everyone on the escalator and they can see you because it's all glass. I made the mistake of wearing Ryuko from Kill la Kill. Not any of her like Senketsu outfits or like her upgraded outfits, just her normal like sailor schoolgirl uniform. And I had decided to forego my safety shorts because I couldn't find them. So I was like, I'll just forego them. I mean, the skirt covers enough and then I'll wear like very covering undergarments. So I think you see where the story is going. You know, with the glass and the escalator looking up. So basically I went upstairs to the top floor and I was leaning against the glass because there's always a long line to wait for the Akon cosplay contest. And I was sitting back and I was leaning against the glass, minding my business, back to the glass, you know, hanging out. And someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, sorry if this is weird, but there's the escalator down there and I don't know if you know what's going on, but they can see everything. And not what I intended. So I quickly thank them and I go and I back up from the, you know, glass wall so that I was not giving a free show to everyone. Honestly, pretty mortifying, and I will never forget my safety shorts ever again. If I have lipstick on my teeth, you're not allowed to point it out. Unless you do, then go ahead and boost my comments and then boost this video. So please tell me every time stamp where there's like lipstick on my teeth. Just, you know, help boost the algorithm. This one is also related to a convention, but like not really. Like, okay, I'll explain it. So me and Leon were cosplaying Panty and Stocking from Panty and Stocking and Garter Belt. And it was about 3 hours before the con was going to start, and I had not finished my prop. You'd think I would learn this lesson later in life, you know, at 5 years cosplaying I would account for con crunch. I haven't. So I was like, okay, all I need is to prime this prop with Plasti Dip and then to spray paint it white. It was Panty's gun. And I went out to her garage and I took the Plasti Dip and I was like, okay, I just need it done really quickly. I need it covered. I can't do multiple layers. So I get around this far away from the prop. And if you know Plasti Dip and if you know insulation foam, that's a recipe for disaster. So I go ahead and spray it on and I'm like, okay, this will dry quickly. I only needed 1 layer. We're good. And I come back in around 5 minutes, and my gun was completely melted. Because if you don't know, insulation foam melts when exposed to most adhesives and spray paints, or like aerosols, especially that close. Don't ever blast things this close. Make sure you're like at least a foot away. And so my gun was completely melted. I'm like, Leon, what am I gonna do? My gun melted. We have to compete. Luckily, Leon being Leon, she whipped up a new gun in like 10 minutes and said, here you go. Stop crying. Moral of the story, don't wait until the last minute and don't blast your props with Plasti Dip, like 5 inches away from them. I only look a little bit insane. That's because all this right here, that's I have a shoot later today, and I don't like putting on makeup too often, so you're gonna get what you get, and you're not gonna throw a fit, okay? Okay, this one is also related to convention. You see a lot of my horror stories come from like going to conventions. It's because I'm always frazzled and don't know what's happening, and I'm an introvert by heart. So we were going to Anime Dallas for their very first year. My very first time going to a convention, and I only had one costume, and it was just this little like bunny suit that Leon had made for me. So we were going through there, and I was wearing the little bunny suit, and I made the mistake of not consuming any food or drinks in 12 hours. So I was really not feeling great by the end of the con, and we were driving back in Leon's car, and we were like, we need to get food, we're so hungry, we haven't eaten in so long. So she pulls us up to an In-N-Out, and we start, we get our food, and I take like a couple bites of the fries. Warning for vomit coming up. And I vomit everywhere. Like all over our food that we had just got, all over, or partially on Leon, all over my costume that that was just made, and then some of our new friends that we just met. So I was absolutely mortified and just like stunned as Leon starts trying to like mop it up, and like the employees nearby just like looked at me and like looked back. I guess they thought I was like drunk or something, but I was like 19. So they didn't help. So it was just me and Leon and our friends just like mopping up my vomit just in this In-N-Out. And I haven't gone back to In-N-Out since. Mostly related to that incident. But the funniest thing about that is I got back to our dorm room and I washed the costume and I took a shower and I wore that costume the next day. It was my only one. What was I gonna do? Not show up in cosplay like a loser? Come on. You can show up not in cosplay. It's totally fine. But I'm insane, so. This story's a little bit more recent. It was at IkiCon 2022. So January 2022. I wanted to compete as Ciri from The Witcher. And me being me, I left everything to the last 2 weeks, and I said, oh god, I need to make this costume. So I spent, like, I was up from 6 a.m. to like 4:30 a.m. each day just trying to finish this costume. And this is like a huge leap for me. Like, I had never sewn pants before, or I'd never sewn a shirt before, or a corset before. So I was like, yeah, totally, I can do this. Don't I have the gay audacity, I can do that. Yeah, so I had been working so long in 2 weeks before the con, and I was like, okay, I'm ready, I can do this. Like, let's go, let's compete. And like, I put on the costume for the first time the day before the night before the competition, mind you. I had finished hand stitching in the hotel room at like 3 a.m. and I put it on, and it seems fine. Like, everything is doing okay. So I was like, okay, we're fine for tomorrow. And right before my prejudging prejudging slot, everything started to disintegrate. Well, not disintegrate, like fall off. A lot of the pieces that I had just hot glued on were just like like just all over the con floor, and in the prejudging room I was hastily trying to put it back on. I went through the prejudging and I got judged by some of the most amazing cosplayers, and I'm so sorry that you had to see that mess. And I go up to my hotel room, like, it's an hour or 2 hours before the cosplay competition was about to begin. I was still competing, and I was frantically hot gluing everything back on, burning myself so much in the process, just because I was basically hot gluing things to my skin. And I said, okay, this is fine, we're gonna be fine, we're just gonna compete. Safe to say, nothing fell off on stage, so bonus points to me for that. But safe to say I did not place. And you know what? That's fine. And I put Siri away and I haven't touched her since, because I'm just so mortified of that costume. I probably have like so many other like cosplay horror stories, but like whenever you sit in front of a camera and you have to like record something, brain goes blank. Brain don't work no more. See you tomorrow. Yeah, sorry for this weird like filler video. I'm in that weird space where I'm trying to run my brand, Enchanted Moth Hollow, enchantedmothhollow.com. I'm trying to get that up and running and focusing on building that. But I'm also struggling with, you know, the seasonal sad. It's cold outside. It gets dark at like 5:30 p.m. But I have some videos planned and I'm working to get those in motion for the rest of December, because we're going to finish out this year super duper strong. Patreon is getting a big upgrade in 2024, mostly because I'm no longer offering Despice. And I'm going to be switching it over to cosplay patterns or blueprints and tutorials, as well as my cosplay photo sets and a monthly sticker club at $5 a month. So check it out right here. It will not be 18 plus in January, but it is 18 plus now, so keep that in mind. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. All I'm saying is I hope you like interviews, because I could be interviewing some people this weekend at a certain anime convention. See ya, and don't forget to do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, share, post dog pics. As always, thank you so much to my patrons for supporting this channel. Special thanks to Bulls.